What's up, Internet World? This is the We Trine channel, a Nerdy by Nature Productions. I'm Leroy, that's Michael. Michael, you're kind of going in and out. You're fading. You're fuzzy, buddy. You kind of look.
Um,
You look like
I
Jor
don't
Rel from
know about that. I
Superman.
mean, on my end, you seem super clear. So,
Right here around your face, and right here, you look like Jor Rel from Superman. You look like you're a hologram from the planet of Krypton.
oh, you meant fuzzy in terms of that way. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Mm. And also, you kind of look like John Amici.
Fantastic.
That's a compliment, by the way.
Great.
So we're here on this Saturday recording this. Both of us just got off work. Michael because he wanted to, and me because I was a hostage. Um,
I, sure. Okay.
and we were talking about what we were going to talk about. And once
I was
again,
watching the Hornets lose.
man, let me tell you, did how did you feel about that?
Um,
Honestly,
it's a shame that the Charlotte team did not win for us to continue into the eventual playoffs.
but
I'm not saying anything else.
because you work in Charlotte, I don't. Uh, after the Heat game, I'm glad they lost, and I'm glad they got their ass kicked. And once again, my Boston Celtics, we could be in the championship again. So, uh, good luck, Boston. Good luck to all the rest of you lesser teams out there, like Miami, Charlotte, Detroit, New York, Philly. Oh yeah, we go
Isn't
white
Detroit
Detroit.
the number one seed?
I said what I said.
Okay.
Anyway, uh, so me and Michael were talking, and we were talking about what should we talk about. And honestly, leave it to Microsoft, leave it to Xbox. They came through. They gave us something, and I knew they would because Tom Warren from The Verge gave us an article, and he is reporting on a leaked. He's reporting that the Asha Sharma, the new CEO of Microsoft, has a is putting
Whatever button Leroy just hit, he took himself off of the internet. So maybe he'll come back in a second. There we go. Leroy will come back here in a second. Um, I'm excited to see whatever he's going to say.
what
You
happened?
you cut yourself off the internet.
I did.
Yeah.
How did I do that?
I
I
don't
didn't
know.
touch anything.
I didn't touch anything.
I was on another page.
You went away. That's all I know.
Goddamn chaos goblins.
Hmm.
Um, but anyway, Tom Warren wrote an article, and one of the things that came out of the article was Asha Sharma believes that Game Pass is too high. Now, she did not say this to us. She said it supposedly in an internal memo, among other things that Tom Warren has reported on. Everybody's picked it up, and everybody has opinions. And Michael, when you heard this, what did you think, sir?
I think this could be good news for new adopters of Xbox and maybe even some older adopters of Xbox to get them back into the ecosystem. We've talked about it before on previous podcasts or whatever we call this thing that we do these streams. I have a prepaid subscription thanks to the cards through 2027 sometime. So even as these prices go up and down, I won't really see the effect until at least sometime next year. Um, but if it means we can get more people in Game Pass, and by extension, more people means maybe the prices stay lower, I think that's a good thing. Because I've said it before, I think Game Pass is fantastic. I have played so many games because of it. I got to play Claire Obscure 55, Claire Obscure Addiction. What what is going on with Leroy? What is happening over there?
I don't know. It just said oops, and then it kicked me out, and then I came back.
Okay, this is going to be a fun episode. Um, I got to play Claire Obscure Expedition 33 thanks to Game Pass, and because of that, I ended up buying the limited edition $100+ vinyl set because of it. Um, but I played, like I said, a bunch of great games I never would have thought of playing, thanks to Game Pass. So if it gives people more access to it, I'm all for it.
So I looked at the bigger picture. You seems like you were looking at the macro. I was looking at the bigger picture because as we started it off, the Verge was reporting that Game Pass is too expensive based on the new CEO Asha Sharma's internal memo. It came from Tom Warren, who wrote the last article when Asha Sharma took over, and he had a lot of unnamed Microsoft and Xbox sources blaming a lot of the problems on past CEO and president Sarah Bond and Phil Spencer. So I find it interesting that Tom Warren has this internal memo, which suggests to me this is a friendly publication and this is a friendly reporter to Microsoft. See, he has sources inside Microsoft who is leaking this. I looked at this as once again Microsoft and Xbox stepping on rakes because Asha Sharma, who's been on the job less than 6 weeks,
Something like that, yeah.
6 weeks, uh, 90 days, is saying things that makes it seem like this is something Xbox fans want to hear, which I'm right there with you. However, this is a direct reversal of everything that has been going on under the previous administration, which to me looks as if the dog caught the car. Xbox wanted to buy Activision Blizzard. You bought Activision Blizzard. Everybody told you not to do it. You said, no, we're going to do it. Now you have Activision Blizzard and you have no idea what to do with it. Because Call of Duty was on Game Pass. Everybody was like, shouldn't do that. Don't do day one. The previous administration said, we're going to do day one Game Pass for $20. And developers were like, I have no idea how this is making any money. And Xbox was like, trust us, bro. And when did that deal go through?
When did the Activision deal go through?
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yep.
Was it early last year or something, or maybe the year
Uh,
before?
I should probably know that. But anyway, uh, let's say within 24 months of that deal going through, you raised Xbox Game Pass 50%.
Oh, dang!
And
It was like almost 3 years ago.
3 years ago, so so a little over over 24 months, you have now raised Game Pass over 50%. And my question, and I would love to know, and I know they have not released this number, how many people canceled when you raised that price?
Oh, who knows? Yeah, I don't know.
And now with before now keep in mind, this decision to raise Xbox game prices isn't even 6 months old. And you're having a new CEO say, yeah, that shit is too expensive. We gotta bring that down.
But is that why is that stepping on rakes if they're going back?
Because you have no idea what you're doing.
Maybe I don't see it that way because I mean,
Six
it's a new
months?
direction. It's a new,
It's a new direction because you had no idea what you were doing.
yeah. But how would they fix the problem?
Is the CEO still there for Microsoft?
Which CEO? Oh, you talking about Satya Nadella?
Yep.
Yeah,
Is he still there?
yeah.
So correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Microsoft have to approve Xbox spending $69 billion?
Mm-hmm.
So you're still in charge.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimately, you're still in charge of Microsoft. Xbox is owned by Microsoft. So you, as the CEO of all of this, allowed one of the largest game acquisitions. And within 6 months of you raising the price of Game Pass, you're like, yeah, it's too expensive. To me, that shows that you don't know what you're doing. I understand from a game perspective, from a this is good for us as a consumer. This is good, but this to me
Mm-hmm.
shows that you have no vision in the previous administration. You have no idea what you're doing, and you are trying to backdoor and garner goodwill from your customers by crapping on the previous administration, using a
Okay,
fr-
sure, but
using a friendly
is that
reporter.
bad?
I'm not saying it's bad. You know what? It is bad
Why
because
is it bad?
you're coming out of the gate saying you've already dropped everything as an Xbox.
Hmm.
You're changing the price. You're saying you're going to change. You're saying that the Game Pass price is too high. You're saying all of these different things, but what is the tangible thing that's going to come out of this? Is get so there's going to be another tier? Is there like what is go? That's what my thing is. What is next?
So for me, the issue with reporting on stuff like this is it's entirely possible this goes nowhere. A lot of times, well, but yeah, but what I'm saying is it goes nowhere from the standpoint of people talk about a bunch of stuff all the time. So
Hmm.
I don't, if she says these things and it still stays the same, it does suck, but I don't hold that against Xbox because
Do
people
you
have
hold it?
conversations all the time and it wasn't supposed to get out. If it got out, that sucks. I'm more concerned about the leak than whether or not this goes through.
The leak to me was strategic because it's a friendly reporter who was very friendly to Xbox previously and was very critical of Sarah Bond. And a lot of people, us included, noticed that it was very critical of Sarah Bond. And we noticed that all of the Matt Booty, Asha Sharma, Satya, the only person who mentioned Sarah Bond was Phil Spencer.
Hmm.
That article, we didn't call it that because that wasn't the word language we used, but a lot of people called it a hit piece, excuse me, on Sarah Bond. And that same reporter is reporting and now has an internal memo that Asha Sharma is saying Game Pass is too high. The Xbox showcase is what, in 2 months? June? I think this is a backdoor way of getting people excited for that Xbox showcase, for them to roll out new tiers of Game Pass, and for her first real introduction to the Xbox community, and for her to come in with this like, hey, we heard you. We got rid of all those bad people who hurt you. Look here, baby. I'm not that guy.
Hmm.
I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna love on you. And that's, to me, that's what I'm getting, which seems to me is you didn't know what you were doing to begin with, because the only thing you changed was get rid of Sarah Bond, and Phil Spencer was already retiring.
Hmm.
Matt Booty's still there. Satya's still there. So that's why I said for me, I, I like, and here's the other thing. We've heard things from Xbox before, where Xbox is like, I've changed. I'm not the same guy I used to be. I ain't gonna treat you like that. I'm not gonna go upside your wallet like that. Nah, trust in me.
Hmm.
How many times have we heard that from Xbox? First, and when I say that, first we were like, Xbox, you ain't got no games. Where's your first party titles? Xbox like, hey, 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 I'm working on that, baby. I got you.
Hmm.
Then Xbox went and spent all that money on studios, and nothing came out of it. Now Xbox is like, hey, I got Game Pass for you. It's
Well,
too
what do
high.
you define? Nothing came out of it because there have been a bunch of first party titles that have come out.
Now, I guess what I'm saying is
You're saying they took too long to make it happen?
the fruits of the
Okay.
and and as as a customer and as a consumer, how many times is Xbox going to tell you something for us to keep getting and trying to kick that ball from Lucy?
Yeah.
because that because for because this right here is the make to me the make or break year for Xbox. When you look
Hmm.
at how many first party title games they have coming out this year, from Gears of War, Fable, Forza, what else am I missing? Uh,
This year, I feel like
the
those were
tw-
the big three.
is it? Hold on, we still have the 25th anniversary of Halo, so I think they're gonna. We we're gonna get a Combat Evolved. Um, there's something else coming out too, but this is a big year for them, and I hope and I want them to succeed. I really do, but I just feel like this is just more of the same. Window dressing
Mhm.
without any concrete thing of changing and making gaming better for their consumers. Because, go ahead.
I was going to say, do you feel like does this put pressure on PlayStation to change its PlayStation Plus initiative at all?
No, and that's another thing. No, Sony is going to find a way to f this up. They somehow always find a way when Xbox and Microsoft are floundering to allow them to stay in the game. Like when you should be running up the score as a competitor, Sony finds some way to be like, we got to keep it close, and does something stupid. I want Microsoft and Xbox to succeed because then they challenge all the other video game makers with things that they do. Crossplay. That was all Xbox. Phil Spencer, your boy, really engineered crossplay and pushed Sony to do that. Xbox pushed Sony to even make the PlayStation Plus better because of Game Pass. So I want Xbox to succeed. I am going to
Hmm.
buy Starfield. I like the idea of Starfield. I know a lot of people have trashed it. I like the idea of Starfield. I'm going to buy that game. Me and you talked about it. I've asked you several times when you were not going to be at work so I can steal that watch from you, and you refuse to tell me. So I have to case the house. But
Well, I mean, now Wendy has stole the watch from me.
and you
She
deserve
said
it.
the watch is cool, so she likes the watch now.
And you deserve it. I'm glad
Okay,
somebody's,
great.
if I couldn't
Okay,
do it, I'm glad somebody else who was nefarious and a psychopath did it to you. If I
okay.
can't do it. So bravo. Um, no, I like, don't get me wrong. I know I sound all doom and gloom like I'm shitting on Xbox. I really like this. I really like the fact that they recognize and they did a course correction. But I'm also looking at it and saying this is more of the same of adding 2 steps forward and 6 steps back. Because if you
Hmm.
recognize that this is wrong, that means you recognized it under the previous administration and you did nothing to change it.
I don't know if I would say that.
Because you could have easily made this. Here's my question: what made you change now? It's not even been 6 months, and this email came out. This memo came out.
Well, did you want him to change a year from now?
No, no, no. What I'm saying is, you shouldn't have changed it to begin with. What short-term game did you think you were going to get by raising the price of Game Pass? Like, what did you? And that's my thing. You real like. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate that they did a course correction. I'm not saying that this is a bad thing. What I'm saying is that there were people who were saying in the beginning, do not raise this price. You had people in your own building telling you, do not raise this price, and y'all were like, nah, get them for everything they got. And then all of those people
So,
within your building were like, we told you, and now you're like, yeah, y'all right. And it's like, because we have been those people.
mhm. So do you think say Sony does not change anything with PlayStation Plus, do you think this is a precursor of things that come like will Xbox drop the price on its consoles the same way they could drop the price on the subscription service?
I think So here's what I'm wondering. I think there's going to be multiple tiers of Game Pass. I think there's going to be a day one tier, and I think they're going to keep that price high. I think they're going to pull, and with that day one tier, you're going to get Call of Duty. And I think that price is either going to stay there or go up. And then there's going to be a tier that we all can live with, a $20 tier that is going to allow us to have day one games, some day one games, with a caveat, a window, 30 days or whatever. First party titles, indie titles. I think there's going to be tiers of different games, but I also think Xbox shot itself in the foot by making day one gaming on Game Pass. And this is where I'm going with this. Follow me on this because IGN had a very good video about this. And they tried to compare this, and it's already happened, and they didn't take it far enough. They were saying, what if a movie studio who puts movies in theaters and has a subscription service said, what if we make day and date our movies that are in theaters on our subscription service? That would be crazy. We'd be shooting ourselves in the foot. Why would you go to the movie theater? For those of you who have been with us, who did that?
Is it?
Who
Do you want
made
me to answer? Or are we waiting for the audience to answer?
I'm, well, I mean, we don't have an audience who could chime in, but I mean, they're probably going to chime in the comments. But
Fair enough.
who who did that?
I mean,
Who?
wasn't that Disney and Warner Brothers?
No, it was Warner Brothers. Only
What did
Warner
Disney do?
Brothers.
I
Disney
thought
didn't.
Disney.
Disney didn't do day and date. Only Warner Brothers did that.
What did Disney do? What was the
Now
thing with the Black Widow? They did.
they
They just
they
went straight
short
to streaming.
they shortened it like it was 2 weeks or something like that. But they didn't do day and date
Hmm.
because I saw that in the theater.
Hmm.
But Warner Brothers did because
Hmm.
remember when Warner Brothers did it, what did they? Who did they lose after that? And who
So
sued them? One, Christopher Nolan left and went to Universal, and two, Lionsgate sued them.
where do we know where that lawsuit is? Was it filed at a court? I mean, settled at a court or
I don't know what happened to it, but I know that Lionsgate
okay?
sued them because remember, Lionsgate with Warner Brothers makes has they make the Monster Universe, the MonsterVerse, and
Hmm.
but remember, Christopher Nolan was very vocal about that, and he left. He took his toys and he left. He went to Universal because he was very upset about that. A lot of people were very upset about that. And that's the same thing Microsoft did with their day one releases on Game Pass. It was too cheap, and both of us, you have championed Game Pass from day one, saying that this is a great deal. And you are right. The problem is, eventually, that bill is going to come due. And when they spent $69 billion, Xbox went out there chasing waterfalls and should have stick to the rivers and lakes that they were used to. And now look at them changing shit within 6 months. Because you don't know. Because here's the thing: you don't know what to do with Activision Blizzard. You don't know what to do with Call of Duty. You own it, but you don't know what to do with it. I could put it on Game Pass, and I put it on Game Pass, and that's my takeaway from this. You have no idea what to do next, and now
When
you,
you say you're are you talking about Nadella?
I, I, I all of them.
Because Asha just got here, so I mean, what was she going to do beforehand?
And here's the thing, and I feel bad for her. I actually do. Even with all of the things, I feel bad for her because she is taxed with an administration she probably wishes she was not attached to their problems. She probably wishes I could have done this, and this, but she can't. She was brought in. Her introduction was haphazard because it was leaked. She can't do certain changes because they look, people will criticize them like we are, like I am right now. And so she's stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Hmm.
But at the end of the day, this is another thing to me that says, Xbox, what are you doing? And they don't know.
So, do you think Game Pass eventually dies?
No, I think Game Pass is the future. I'm on board with you that Game Pass is the future. I just don't think they know what to do with it to fix it.
Is
I
Movie Pass still
honestly
a thing?
no. And
Even after they rebooted it several times, it's over.
there's a
Okay.
couple of internet documentaries talking about. I think there's one on Netflix, like an actual documentary, and then there's a couple of people on YouTube who have like documented Movie Pass and how dirty they were. But I honestly think Game Pass is the future, only because two things: one, it was a good deal, but two, everything is a subscription service. If you buy a printer, you don't just buy a printer, you buy a subscription service. The enshittification of everything that is a subscription service and the internet is what we are living with now. So I think Game Pass is the future. I just think that the technology hasn't caught up with it yet, and everything is an Xbox is a good idea. The problem is the App Store has been a hindrance to Xbox, and cloud gaming has not happened the way they wanted to. But
Hmm.
I'm with you. I think it is the future. The problem is they don't know what to do with it, and they have a $69 billion albatross on their neck that they don't know what to do with either. But for you guys who have Xboxes, I'm really glad that this price is going to drop $5 if it ever happens.
I mean, if it happens,
Because here's the thing, I'm not convinced that it will happen. Because this could be vaporware. Because
yeah.
we have all seen someone leak something, we put it out there, and that garners that person or that entity goodwill, and they never follow up on it. But it helps you as the new CEO. Look, I'm on your side. I think it's too expensive too.
Hmm. Um, I don't know if you've been following the WWE recently.
I have not.
So the big story for them is the parent company that owns them, TKO,
Hmm.
has really changed the way they do business and just jacked up prices over and over and over again. And it's come to the point now where ticket sales for WrestleMania are way behind where they're supposed to be at this time. I mean, it's been that way for months now.
Ticket sales, you
Uh,
mean like they have not been selling as what they need to be, or the price is not
yes,
what it needs to be?
the ticket prices are so high, people aren't buying tickets.
Continue.
So WrestleMania is actually happening when this airs. WrestleMania will be on, which is the one reason why we're taping and not being live because I got to see WrestleMania. But I say all that to say it'll be interesting to see if Allegiant Stadium is sold out this year because of the high ticket prices. But
How many
they've
people
done
does
something
Allegiant Stadium
similar,
hold?
huh?
How many people does Allegiant Stadium hold?
I have no idea. But I imagine we will see some empty seats tonight and tomorrow, um, unless WWE bought the remaining tickets and put people in there. They could do that too. Who knows? Um, but one of the good guys in wrestling right now, CM Punk, did this long tirade where he told WWE to lower ticket prices, and it did to generate some goodwill. But it kind of reminds me of you talking about that with Arsha Sharma of dropping prices. We'll see if that actually happens. Granted,
That,
it was all a stage thing that WWE did because they knew they were going to lower the ticket prices anyway. But it's interesting.
but here's the thing. One, I want to say this: Allegiant Stadium holds 65,000, expandable to 71,000. For soccer, 61,000. We talked about this very thing when the I said ticket prices, so I was thinking stadiums. We talked about this thing when Xbox raised the price, And we both said, because this is how jaded I feel about these things. We said this year was a huge game year for Xbox. And we
Hmm.
said they raised the ticket prices because they had day and date video games coming out this year that they could not mess with. And they needed that revenue to come in. But we also said, watch them decrease that price for a short window to get people to come back.
Hmm.
We said that when this price went up, because I said, watch them drop it just for a small window as a response to the backlash. Because we have both said this was insane to raise this price 50%. This is $30 on top of all the other subscription services you have, whether it's XM Radio, whether it's Disney Plus, HBO Max, The Pit, Amazon Prime, or you can pay Amazon Prime. What is it, 129 a year? I think that's what it is right now.
Hmm.
Um, Peacock, Apple Plus. If you have a printer, if you have what's another one? What's another subscription service everybody has? I mean, there's tons of them, but
I
$30.
mean, DoorDash.
I don't do DoorDash. I'm sorry. I have a
I
car.
mean, I mean, some. Well, you were just saying a lot of people do have like food subscriptions.
I can't do it. I can't have other people deliver my food. I don't trust you. I've seen too many videos of you all eat my fries. Can't do it. But but you're right. This is where I say I feel like goes back to your CM Punk thing. He said it. He looks like the good guy to the company. He for consumers against the company. I feel this
Hmm.
is the same thing.
Hmm.
I feel that this is all along because if you and they plant the seed now so that when that showcase comes out in 2 months in June, she looks like, look, I was on your side, gamers. I said it was too high. You saw that I thought that because that instills goodwill, that buys them time to figure out what they're going to do next.
Sure.
But at the end of the day, hopefully this is a good thing for consumers. Now here's my question. What would you like the tiers to be? Because you still have it. You're good for another year
Yeah.
until 2027.
Yeah.
What would
Sometime
you
in
like
2027.
what would you like to see the tiers? Because you don't play Call of Duty. So you don't give a shit about that.
I don't play Call of Duty multiplayer.
You you play the campaign, but
Yeah.
if Call of Duty left, you wouldn't be bummed.
No. No. I don't care if Call of Duty drops. Um, if you were gonna have tiers, I think you could do it where maybe there's two different tiers.
Just
There's a
two.
day one everything tier,
Hmm.
and then there's the $20 tier that has Xbox exclusives that will come maybe 60 days, and it's got to be longer than 30 days because it's like a movie, right? So I mean, probably 4 to 5 months before it gets there, just because the idea is you want to sell as many as possible, so you don't want you got to figure out how long is the game going to be the regular price.
Hmm.
Probably 4 or 5 months. Once it goes on sale and stuff, that's when maybe it finally goes into the Game Pass subscription service.
So I'm going to say I'm going to get a different direction. So you're going with two.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go four.
that's complicated. Go ahead.
Nope. Here's what I'm saying because it's complicated because PlayStation makes it complicated. I think if Xbox is smart, they can make this very easy. I'm not going to do the token credit system that Ryan McCaffrey did on IGN. It's going to be very simple. First tier, bare bones. You just get multiplayer. You get nothing else. You get live support. That's it. That's tier number one. Tier number four is everything. Day one, Call of Duty, everything. That price gets raised. It's $30 now, make it 34.99. You make them pay 34.99 for everything that we do. Still a good deal because if you think about how much games cost, 60 to $70 per game, brand new game, first party titles. If you buy three or four of those are your power users, right? You've already paid for the subscription service. We have three games coming out this year: Call of Duty, Fable, Forza, Gears of War. That's four. What's seven times four?
Is that 280? What?
Mhm. How much is Game Pass at $34?
Sir, I write words. I'm not doing math.
I need you to know 12 times 34. Hold on.
I mean, you're doing it right now. I need you to know it.
Well, I asked you because you're supposed to be the brains of this operation.
Okay.
12 times 34. $408. So those are your two tiers. One here, one here. End of the spectrum. Your two tiers in the middle. You raise that first tier just a little bit. Xbox Classics. That's it. Bare bones, Xbox Classics. That's it. The medium tier, you
You
bring.
say those words. What does that mean?
What do you mean?
What is Xbox Classics? What is that? What is that? What does that entail?
Your original Xbox games. That's it.
Now, when you
Okay.
say original, do you mean like games that came out on the first Xbox?
The three. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You you give that to them just a little bit to make them go to these next two tiers. That tier three is the sweet spot. You're not as high as 35. You're not as low as 20. You dropped up to 25, and you don't do 4 months. You do 60 days. $25, 60 days, day one titles, no get Call of Duty. I think people come around to that
Why 60 days?
because you need people to buy you need people to buy the game. And that is where Xbox's biggest problem has been. You need now, here's the other thing. I'm not opposed to combining tier 1 and tier 2 and making that one tier and just three tiers. I'm not opposed to that. The sweet spot comes in of tricking people into thinking, "Hey, we're on your side. We
Mhm.
heard you. We changed direction. $25. We can't do day and date anymore, guys. That it's above us now. We can't do it. But what we can do is we can drop that price, 25. You know you like that. It's only $5 more than it used to be. We'll
Why does
give
it
you
sound like you're
one
trying to sexually
seduce.
assault these people?
That's because that's what's happened. Your wallet is being assaulted.
Okay.
Your wallet is being assaulted because they want you not to pay attention to all of the things that they did before. They want you not to pay attention to how bad of a spouse they were to you. And that's what I'm getting at. Because that day and date, that's gonna be that's not changing. But they're gonna drop that price. And but they're not going to give you what you used to have
Hmm.
because they can't. So like I'm happy I am happy that this price is going to decrease if it does. but it's not going to be what you think it is. And it's not going to go back to what it used to be. And if it does, I'll eat crow. But I'm going to be honest with you, Michael, you tell me, have I been wrong before about this?
Been wrong before about what?
About what Xbox has been doing and their decisions they've been making it when they decided they were going to buy Activision Blizzard.
I mean, I don't know. I don't keep up with stuff. I assume the fact that you said it means you probably haven't been.
Nah, I have been because I told you all these things were going to happen when they bought Activision Blizzard. I told you that price was going to go up. I told you they were going to shift. They were going to shaft you guys. I told them if they bought this and they put that on there, that price was going up. Even I didn't see them going up 50%
Hmm.
because I was at $25 and Mike was like, "Nope." But I could be wrong. Now, let me ask you this: what does Sony do?
I mean, I think this is another story we can do later, but Sony isn't really doing anything to capitalize on all the rakes that Microsoft has stepped on.
Agreed.
Um,
Agreed.
what's the last first party Sony game that came out that you can think of?
Ghost.
That was what, last year?
Hmm.
We're like 4 months into this year. I mean, I guess you got Sorrows coming out in April,
You
so I
got
guess
Source
that's
coming
not
out,
that.
and then you got in 4 months you have Wolverine coming out.
So is that two first party games in the year? Soros and Wolverine? That ain't great.
But here's the other thing, and this is why I say Microsoft is messing up. Let's weigh the first party title Sony games combined with the first party title Xbox games and what Xbox is doing on their console. Where would you rather be? Sony.
Would you?
I'm going to get E Day, Halo. I'm going to get Fable.
You're saying you're going to get all these things, but they're not part of. They're not part of. They're on Game Pass, so you get them with Game Pass for Xbox. They're not part of PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, but I'm going to no, but I'm going to get them on the PlayStation along with Soros and along with Wolverine. Wolverine's not coming to Xbox. Soros isn't coming to Xbox.
Yeah, but you just
Starfield is
named
now
all those
on
games, so
PlayStation.
now you just spent $600 for all that, right?
No,
How did you not? What?
what I'm saying is all of those games are going to be on the PlayStation.
Hmm.
Give it time. Pragmata. Give it
Well, that's
time.
Capcom. That's not Xbox.
That's true. But what I'm saying is give it time. You don't have to buy all of those this year. But if you have a platform, which platform would you rather be? Because right now, all your again, this goes back to the original sin that Xbox had of devaluing the hardware and putting software on everybody's game console. And Sony looked at Nintendo and said, "Yeah, let's do what they're doing."
Yeah.
And that's why I said I asked you that because I'm looking at it saying, as long as Sony doesn't just f this up, they're sitting in the catbird seat. Now they're no Nintendo, but they're doing pretty good
I
because
mean, they're yeah.
they're going to hold off on hardware until 2028, 2029 probably. They're going to do a handheld. The report is they're going to do a handheld. They're going to do a S tier console, but they're also going to do a high end console, whatever the PS6 is, and that's genius. While Xbox still tries to figure out what they're going to do, as Xbox still puts their games on PlayStation because they have to get money back from the 69 billion albatross they have around their neck.
Yeah. Um, I don't know. I think Sony is like I said. I don't think Sony's capitalizing on the market right now. in terms of where are these super awesome first party games. I'm thinking of like the end of the PS3 life cycle, the end of the PS4 life cycle, having those big hitters. How have we not gotten another God of War yet? Where's that at? I don't know. Who's the studio that you like? Is it Sony Ben that made Days Gone?
It's been studios, yeah.
Ben Studios. What are they doing?
Who knows? You here's the thing. You raised some great points because this has been the biggest problem with this PlayStation 5 generation. Bend, Santa Monica. We know that they're doing the Heretic game. Insomniac has Wolverine coming out. Uh, House Spark has Sorrows. But there's a couple of studios we're like, what are you guys doing? And I'm with you on that. But I think right now Sony is retooling how they're going to handle consoles, and I think Sony is going to go in a direction of making consoles like phones for the PS6 generation. They're not going to differentiate between a huge gap between 5 and 6. I think 6 is going to be backwards compatible with 4, with everything digitally. Disc wise, I I would love them to see them be able. Here's what I would love as a console physical hardware. I would pay $1,000, and I've been on record saying this. I would pay $1,000 if I could put in any Sony PlayStation disc and it plays on that console.
Maybe take it up to $1,500.
I'd pay 12.
Okay. Well,
I
you
would.
might get your wish.
I'm honest. Would you? How much would you pay? I could pop in any from PlayStation 1 to PlayStation 6. How much would you pay for it?
I don't know, man. I'm being honest. With these, like with Sony raising the prices of everything now, I am curious what these new consoles are going to be. I feel like $1,000 is crazy, but I think that's where we're going,
I
and that
think
just
Microsoft.
seems wild.
I think Xbox is going to hit us with $1,000 console.
I think they both will because the PS5 Pro was already 900.
Yeah, but I think it's 900 right now. But I think it's 900 now to get us used to that $700 price. I think the PS6 comes out the gate at 700.
What?
PS6 comes out of the gate 700. 699.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's 2 years from now.
Yeah. Chat, internet chat. Let me know because I'm
You
not going
think
to do
I'm
the
crazy
research,
for
but
that?
you guys will do the research.
You think I'm
Has
crazy
a
for?
new console ever come out lower than the previous console it was based on before?
You think I'm crazy for saying 699 for a PS6?
Yeah.
You think higher or lower?
Higher.
Okay.
Yeah, higher. Definitely.
Okay. We can
I
get
just
into it.
don't see, huh?
You finish your thought because I'm gonna tell you why.
I
This
just don't see logistically how you could make it cheaper than the previous console because you'd be losing so much money on the R&D and all the tech inside the system.
so right now, how much did the PS5 come out when we bought it? The PS5 disc and digital version. How much was it when it came out?
I don't know, 399 and 499 maybe
It was 499.
for the one with the disc.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
How much is a disc PS5 right now?
Is it 600?
Okay.
650?
Okay. How much is a PS5 Pro?
$900.
699. I'll go as high, Bob. I'll go as high as 750. You
Okay.
want
Yeah, go
whole
ahead.
different topic? The AI bubble is going to burst, and that RAM shortage that we have been talking about is going to end up flooding the market, and that is when those prices come crashing down.
Okay. I
I,
hope you're right. I'll say that. I hope you're right.
I, and this is me being an optimist. I was doom and gloom at the beginning. I am an optimist right now because I believe this AI bubble is going to crash. I think you have four major competitors in the video game market: Valve, Nintendo, Xbox, and Sony, all looking for RAM. And I think the AI bubble bursts, it pops, and I think they gobble up all that RAM at basement prices. And I think that translates to cost savings for people because everything else is going up and they're like, we cannot. Because here's the thing: how many times have we been on this channel saying that video game is going to become a niche thing?
Yeah, all the
We're,
time.
we are not growing people playing video games. And I think Sony and I think the rest of the video game market is paying attention to that. Games are taking too long to be made, game consoles are too expensive. We've talked about this with Astrobot. Nintendo is a genius of having multi tiered gaming. No matter who you are, there's a game for you. Sony and Xbox have not done that.
And you think Sony's going to figure it out on the PlayStation 6?
I think that they saw the Astrobot and I think they realized we are going to have to bring this price down. And I think that they're going to realize going forward, it could be 800. I could be wrong. It could be as high as 800. I don't think that next PS6 is going to be 900 or $1,000. I
Okay.
don't, because it
Cool.
can't.
You said because of what?
It can't be.
Oh, no, it can be.
Here's the thing: it can't be, because if you price it at $1,000, you're pricing out the middle and lower middle class people, and the only way to sustain your business is by bringing in more people. And you don't bring in more people if your console is too high. I think Microsoft and Xbox, as much as I shit on them, have the right idea. Everything is an Xbox. Bring that Game Pass price down lower, like you said. Have these day and one date titles by all these studios. Change the tiers. Because here's the thing, and this may be a hot take: if Sony doesn't do a better job, Xbox will overtake them in 15 years.
Okay. They were just saying stuff.
No, I'm being totally for real. In 10 to 15 years, if Xbox does not get sold in for parts by Microsoft with Game Pass, with the studios that they've bought, they can overtake Sony with smart business decisions, making everything in Xbox, following through with cloud gaming, having their games on both PC and their hardware, pulling back some of their games that you can only get it on their hardware, Halo being one of them, give Sony a taste, and then the only way to continue those stories that you played on PlayStation is on Xbox. They can get Sony in 10 to 15 years if Sony does not adapt.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm and I say this, I do believe they can do it.
Cool.
Didn't think that's didn't think that was where I was going, did you?
No, I mean, I think you're wild. I hope it will be interesting to see what happens in 15 years.
Because
When you're dead and I'm still alive, I'll ask your kids about it.
50, nigga, in 15 years, I'll
Yeah.
still be here.
Okay.
If I'm not, I'm going to haunt all of you.
Okay.
I'll be in the Matrix, baby. So, now that we talked about video games, let's get to what got you through the week.
I think since the last time we taped,
Mhm.
I was still playing Star Wars Outlaws. I beat that game. I
Was it good?
enjoyed it. It was the ending kind of snuck up on me.
Because you paid $20 for it, right?
Wendy bought it as a Christmas gift, so I don't know what she paid for it.
Yeah, it was like dirt cheap when she brought it, like $30 or $20.
Yeah, yeah, it was enjoyable. The ending, I wasn't expecting it to come as fast as it did. I thought I had more to do. I don't know that I will go back and go through the extras in it.
You won't.
Yeah, I don't think I will either. Because I've moved on to like a dragon, Yakuza pirate, whatever that title is.
Yeah, you play a lot of those games.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm enjoying that so far. So I've been playing that.
Hmm.
Um, like I said, I'm getting ready for WrestleMania. That's tonight and tomorrow. That'll be a bunch of fun. Watch these sweaty people beat each other up. It'll be a good time. What about
Cool.
you?
Uh, Daredevil, The Boys, Darth Maul, Invincible. I have been really excited for all these shows. However, every single one of those shows is dark as hell. Like Disney animation on Darth Maul show, Shadow Lord, is amazing. It's some of the best. The Boys, oh my gosh. How do they keep predicting the future? Like I don't know if you've read some of the things. They already had season five's conclusion figured out,
Hmm.
and then the world happened, and they were like, "Yeah, you." Like they have the same problem that Black Mirror has. Daredevil, no notes. Wow. Invincible, for all of you who thought Thrag was nerfed or a fraud, how dumb do you look now? I am not saying anything hyperbolic. There's not a Saiyan that could take Thrag. Just saying. So,
Okay.
but all of it is dark. Like, oh my gosh, like you need to hug a penguin dark. But thank God for Scrubs.
Yeah. So they just had the season finale, which I guess is a good thing because it wasn't a one and done season. I thought it was just one season. But I guess there's going to be at least another season, which is good.
That last episode was the season finale.
Yeah.
Didn't like that, but I love the show. The
Okay.
episode before that should have been the season finale.
Yeah, I can see that.
Episode before that should have been the season finale. This episode should have been the first episode of season two. Continue.
I could see that. Sure.
But yeah, Scrubs, you told me to watch it. I hesitated. I loved Scrubs. Wasn't sure if this was going to be very good. And that first episode got me.
I'm sure somebody can find something that will discredit what I'm saying, but I don't know that Bill Lawrence has made a bad show.
Let's go to the internet. Bill Lawrence.
I think anything Bill Lawrence touches, I'm pretty much on board for.
Whoa, that's a sir. Before let's get to the internet, as a TV producer, Bill Lawrence has under his belt? Creator and showrunner, Spin City,
Yep.
Scrubs, Clone
Yep.
High.
Which one?
Nobody's watching.
Oh,
Clone,
Clone High. Yeah.
nobody's watching. Cougar Town, Ground Floor, Ted Lasso,
Hmm.
Shrinking, Bad Monkey, and Rooster.
Hmm. I think the only one I didn't see of those was Ground Floor.
Let me see what Ground Floor is. Oh, I saw this. This was a sitcom.
Yeah, I know of it. I just never saw it.
Well, I don't remember it, but yeah, he might be he might be the one.
Maybe.
He might be the one because I'm telling you right now, Scrubs. I might get my wife into watching the original Scrubs because she never watched it.
Okay.
Yeah. Shrinking, I have not watched. I have not watched Rooster or Bad Monkey is in my queue.
Bad Monkey was I love all those shows.
Really,
Yeah, Shrinking is fantastic. I need to watch the new season. That's good.
I enjoyed Spin City.
Yeah.
I really did. Um, yeah. So yeah. This has been fun. Uh, talk about Microsoft because here's the thing. I feel like I'm rooting for Xbox, even though I was down on them. I feel like I'm rooting for them, like a parent rooting for a child that I know you have the potential to do better.
Hmm.
I know you can get those good grades. That's how I feel about Xbox.
Okay.
But guys, we've been talking for about an hour. I'm Leroy. As you can see, I'm wearing the Grey's Anatomy shirt, modeled the Grain Sloan Memorial Hospital. Michael is wearing the Gamecock Loser shirt. Um, I had a train of thought. It just went that way. Anyway, I'm Leroy. That's Michael. This is the We Try channel, a Nerd by Nature Productions. And we're out. Peace.
Peace.
Be nice to each other.